Welcome back. As you can see, we have our G90 in the air again. Today, we're focusing on the oil cooler guard. After a few weeks of going back and forth with the prototype, the production versions are finally ready. BMW is known for putting their oil coolers in a vulnerable spot. We've partnered with Fall-Line to develop, in my opinion, the best guard for your car. Fall-Line's focus is two things, and that's performance and protection, without compromising one or the other. We've already trimmed some of ours because ours was a development car. Your install might be a little bit different, but we'll talk about how we got here and how that might differ from your installation. Let's head to Fall-Line. Let's go get the production unit. I'll show you the facility so you can see a little bit behind the scenes, and I'll show you a comparison between the prototype and the production version. Come back here and start the installation. We have a ton of cool stuff, some factory race cars, support team stuff. Looks like all their trucks are out. They'll normally set their trucks up here, do a bunch of staging. What's cool is that you'll never guess that these cars are in here, judging from the outside of the building. So if you're on the street or something and you see the building, you would never know that all of this is in here. So we're back at our shop. We have the whole kit here. We have the cooler guard here in a thick stainless steel that offers the best protection without compromising performance. We have the trim guide here for the plastic, as well as all the hardware that go along with it, including the drill bit and the rivnut tool. That all comes as one package, so everything you need, besides a few wrenches and sockets, you're good to go. With everything laid out and organized, let's get to the installation before we start losing some pieces and get to it.
All right, getting started, we'll go ahead and lower our lower splash panel, center section, both sides, and lowering our plastic support trim piece as well. For this, we're using a 10mm socket. There are numerous screws that need to come out, as well as the two silver 10mm, which actually hold the oil cooler in place as well. Don't forget the last few on the back side here. Sometimes they're a little hidden, can't see them very well. Next, we're going to go ahead and pull down our driver's side splash panel. And on this one, we've got our speaker. Go ahead and disconnect our speaker, which is used for driving in electric mode. Now that we have our splash shields down, I've taken the liberty to reinstall our park blocks. As we said before, this was used for our prototype. So as you see it this way, this is how your vehicle is going to come apart. You're going to go ahead and separate these two. So next you're going to take your template, you're going to bring it up and hold it to the block. And as you can see, we already have pilot holes in ours from the prototype. You're going to line it up from the block, Go ahead and take a Sharpie or a pencil, something to mark those pilot holes through. Then you can go ahead and remove your template, and that's where you're going to be drilling. Okay, once your pilot holes are drilled, you go ahead and follow through with your supplied drill bit. Go ahead and open that up. So this is our rivnut tool. I'll go ahead and show you how this works really quick. You go ahead and slide the bolt in through the tool, and then you're going to go ahead and start threading this on to the point where it makes contact with the body of the rivnut tool. Now what you're going to do is there's two sections here. This side is a 24 millimeter and this is an 18 millimeter. As you spin this clockwise, this separates and compresses the riv nut. So you want to do this obviously when it's lined up in the hole flush. Take some tension off and go ahead and unthread the center section, which is a 6 mil Allen if you need to get a socket in there. There you go. Now that we have the passenger side done, we'll go ahead and repeat the process on the driver's side. We'll go ahead and separate our parking block bumper, use our template again as we did before. Go ahead and mark our holes with a scribe or Sharpie, pull that out. And then we'll go ahead and use our drill bit. So now that we have our rivnuts done, we'll go ahead and get back to our lower splash panel. Go ahead and remove 3 of the fastener retainers and transfer them over to the cooler guard. Let's go ahead and set our cooler guard on the ground. Now back with our lower splash shield, the next step would be trimming the opening here for the oil cooler guard to sit in. We'll take our template. I want to remind you guys that this obviously is cut already because we use this to make our template and for our oil cooler guard. But you can utilize a utility knife. It would be a little tough using that, or a Dremel or a cutoff tool of some sort. Just follow along the inside edge to make your cuts. Okay, back under the vehicle. Last few things we need to do before we can install our guard. First thing is we have 2 supplied silicone hoses that are cut open that we slide over the top of our cooler hoses just as a preventative measure in case there is any rubbing, which there really shouldn't be any. Then we'll go ahead and use the supplied zip ties, secure those in place. Go ahead and trim those with a pair of side cutters. Next, we'll remove 2 front bolts from the under tray or support brace. They are both 13s. Let's go ahead and bring the oil cooler guard up in place. Now we'll go ahead and start our bolts into our riv nuts that we installed earlier. Now on the back side of the cooler guard, we'll go ahead and install our spacer and bolt. Go ahead and start that. Next, we'll go ahead and tighten down all of our bolts for our oil cooler guard. There's 4 13s and 2 15s. Next, I'll hold this up in place. If you can see up here, the block is hitting the bolt. So on the front and back, you'll have to cut the styrofoam a little bit so it gives it clearance to fully seat. All right, let's go ahead and wrap up the process here. First installing our speaker connector here. Running everything back in the reverse process of what we started at.